Happy Thursday. Hopefully you can all hear me. It says I'm live on my end, but it's loading. So, I am pumped to jump in here and talk to you guys today. So the topic for this little chat is objections and hesitations. And I love talking about this topic in particular, just because I can remember back before I started coaching and committed to coaching, I had a lot of concerns. I had a lot of limiting beliefs that were holding me back from like really jumping in and giving it my all right away. And of course, over time, I worked through, which is great, which is what most people do. But it's so normal to jump into coaching and to have concerns and hesitations. It's also normal to think about coaching and for it to be something that you keep thinking about, for it to be something that's in your heart that you feel drawn to, but your mind is telling you no, 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 because of all of these objections that we're going to talk about. So first and foremost, I want you guys to know that is all super normal. It is every single one of us who are successful coaches have been through that at one point or another. So don't feel like that is weird. I'm never here doing these sneak peeks to talk you into anything. I'm just here to show you what's possible. And coaching is something that has changed my life as well as the lives of so many other women. I just got off of a call where other women on my team were talking about how coaching has changed their life as well. And this is an amazing opportunity that brings so many women together and changes the lives of so many women. And that's why I like to talk about it, because I didn't even know that this was a thing, before I started coaching. And I definitely didn't know that this was a thing that could transform you from the inside out, right? As well as, change the lives of your families, change your finances. There's so many things that we need to talk about. But anyway, also little disclaimer, you guys, I have 5 dogs. I'm doing this in my dining room. So if there are barking dogs, I'm really sorry. But this chat isn't going to be too terribly long. So all right, so let's dive into some hesitations that I commonly hear, okay? So a big hesitation that I hear, this is probably my favorite one to talk about, and I did talk about this a little bit yesterday, day before, when I came in and chatted, but time. So time is probably the number one hesitation that I hear from other people. I don't have time. I'm running 3 businesses and I have kids, or I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm in school. I don't have time for something like this. And so I want to talk about that because this is coming from a person who is very busy, right? So if you listen to my video from the other day, I told you guys that I'm a full-time veterinarian, I'm a wife, I'm a competitive barrel racer, I am a competitive CrossFit athlete, which means I do CrossFit workouts and I do Beachbody workouts. I'm currently pregnant. Which means that, when our baby comes, that's going to add a whole new set of challenges to our time schedule. I'm also we have 5 dogs. We have a little farm here. We have horses and we have chickens to take care of. We have a garden. So I have plenty of stuff to do that requires my attention on a daily basis here at my house as well. So the big thing, you guys, is that literally anybody can do this job. Anybody. It doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter if you are a stay-at-home mom and you've got 5 kids that you take care of. This business does not require set hours. So it doesn't require that you work 8 to 5 or 7 to 3 or whatever. You get to decide you get to decide the amount of time you put into this business, and 2, you get to decide when you work your business. And so for me, 95% of the time, I work my business super early in the morning. So I work 1, maybe 2 hours a day at the most. You guys, 5 days a week. So that's 10 hours a week that I put into this business, roughly, right? Sometimes if we're pushing for a big goal with my team, then it'll be a little bit more time than that. But so I work my business most of the time super early in the morning before I leave my house, before the rest of my house gets up, right? So I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning almost every single day. Now, I will say, since I've been pregnant, my first trimester, well, my whole pregnancy has been really rough. I've been very sick. And so my schedule has been very wonky. I also had hip surgery 3.5 months ago, so I've been recovering from that. So anyway, my schedule has been super wonky, but nonetheless, I get up in the morning and I get up at 4, and between the hours of 4 to about 7 or 4 to 7:30, because that's when I go to work, that's when I do my workout and I work my business and I do my personal development. So I do all of my stuff that's for me. And so sometimes in that time frame, I only end up getting about 30 minutes of actual like work on my business done. Sometimes it's more like an hour. If I get a solid hour in that morning done of actual like working on my business, then I feel I feel good. I feel really good about that. I'm like, okay, I can shut my computer, I can shut my phone. Like, I don't have to worry about coaching at all the rest of the day, unless other than like checking messages. I'll usually pop back into my inbox in the evening for 10 minutes and check messages. Excuse me. But sometimes, life inevitably happens. You oversleep, whatever happens that where you don't get done everything that you need to get done on that time frame when you say that you're going to. So other things that I use to help me, I will also work in the cracks. Okay, so what I mean, the cracks in my day. So when I'm at work, so like yesterday, I had almost an hour that I was sitting at this was Tuesday actually, but I had almost an hour I was sitting at my desk because my appointments didn't show up. And I was like, I'm going to work my business. That's what I did. That was like, I got a good like 40-ish minutes in of solid just working my business, because you guys, I can do it from my phone. I can do 95% of this business from my phone. So I can literally do it anywhere. When you're sitting at the doctor waiting to go into your appointment, like, I don't know about you guys, but since I've been pregnant, my doctor's appointments, I sit in the waiting room for a good 30 minutes, and then I sit in the actual doctor's room for another 30 minutes. So I usually have about an hour I can count on when I go to the doctor that I could work my business on my phone, right? So when you're sitting in the doctor's appointment, when you're waiting to get your car license renewed, when you're waiting to get your driver's license renewed, when you have a 10-minute break at work, some people have 2 or 3 10 to 15-minute breaks a day. If you utilized every single one of those breaks, that would be 45 minutes, right? When you're sitting on the toilet, like, for real, you guys, you utilize the time that you have. If you're a mama who is nursing a baby, when you're sitting there nursing that baby, there's no reason why you can't be on your phone working. You know what I mean? And if you think about how many times a day you nurse your new baby, right? I know some mamas will work on their business after their kids go to sleep, right? So most kids, I guess it all depends on the stage of life your kids are in, but most of the time with babies and kids, you're getting them in bed, between, let's say, 8 and 9 o'clock at night, right? So like for me, if I got my kid down by 9 o'clock at night, that would give me like a solid hour that I could work before I had to go to bed, right? So you guys, you make it work however works with your time schedule. And some things that really help me, I use a planner where I plan out all of my week ahead of time when I'm going to do all of my tasks, okay? I also put, like if my husband has things going on, then I put his stuff in there too, so that I know like where I need to be focusing my time. When we have team calls and things like that, I put those on my calendar. Sometimes I can be on live, but sometimes I can't because I work, right? Because I have my job. And that's fine. You don't have to be on every single team call live. You can always catch a recording. There's no problem, no concern, no issue with that whatsoever, okay? So that's something that really helps me. Another thing that really helps me a ton is, from the get-go, I talked to my husband about this business and was just like, hey, this is something that's really important to me. This is something that can change our family's lives moving forward. I, have to make sure that I get, X, Y, and Z done on a daily basis. And so It's another reason why I work really hard to get the majority of my stuff done in the mornings. So then that way in the evenings, I can spend time with my family, right? But if it doesn't happen for me in the morning, then oftentimes, in the evenings, I'll sit down for an hour and I'll work my business. Another thing that I do is generally one night a week I dedicate to working my coaching business. So what I'll do on those evenings are usually calls, so team calls, one-on-one calls with my team, and then I also will use that as like catch-up time. So if I've gotten behind on something somewhere along the line, I'll use that as kind of my catch-up hour where I can catch up on things, okay? So the point being, you guys, you make it work, and everybody's schedule is going to be a little bit different. So you just have to make it work with your schedule, but you can make it work. You can make it work. It doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. It doesn't matter, because this isn't something that I'm saying you need to work 40 hours a week on. This is something that you can find you need to work 10 hours a week on. And you can easily find that time. So maybe it means catching up sometimes on the weekend, right? Or when you have a day off of work. Like today, I have a day off of my regular job. So I'm doing this coaching sneak peek. I'm catching up on some coaching stuff. I caught up on some sleep, So you make this work for you, okay? So, all right, I talked about that for a long time. That's probably the biggest one, though, that I really want to address. So let's talk about some other hesitations. Another one that I hear quite a bit is I don't know how to use social media, or I don't have a social media account. I'm not active on social media. So I'll just tell you guys, I had 300 Instagram followers and 500 Facebook friends when I started coaching. I didn't know how to use Instagram, and frankly didn't even really know what it was. I had an account, but I knew nothing about it. I got on Facebook maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. Sorry, I need a drink. So you guys, you don't have to know anything about social media to do this. We train you. We have one awesome thing about our team is that you are joining an elite team. Okay, there's 400,000 teams in the Beachbody world, and we are in the top 30 of those teams, okay? So we know what we're doing. We have training systems that are in place that are set up to help you reach your goals, to teach you how to use social media if you don't know how to do that, to teach you how to expand your network and reach more people and help more people, because that's really what this is about. It's not about selling something to somebody and then you just drop off the face of the earth and you don't ever talk to them again. This is about helping people. This is about changing lives, okay? So, social media. We teach you how to use social media. So another hesitation I hear a fair bit is I don't have any kind of like certifications. I'm not a personal trainer. I don't feel qualified. So you guys, one thing that I love about this opportunity is that the programs that we use, the workout programs, the nutrition programs, are backed up and certified by people that have those certifications. So NASM trainers, CPTs, okay? One of the nutrition programs was created by a nutritionist, a board certified nutritionist, right? So you don't have to have a background because you're not creating the programs. You are frankly helping people with these programs that were created by people that have all of these certifications that are backing the programs, and then you're just helping people with them. You're just providing that system of support, because that's one thing that sets us aside from a lot of different companies is that, as coaches, we provide that support system. We provide that level of accountability for people that people are oftentimes missing, right? We're not just creating a program for somebody. We actually get to put more time into our business, we get to put more time into supporting people, because we don't have to sit down and create a program. All of that is laid out for us. We just have to help people figure out which program is going to be most appropriate for them, help them implement it, answer any kinds of questions when things aren't working or they're having difficulties, right? That's our job. So you don't have to have some kind of a certification in order to do this. Another thing too is that I think it's super cool when people who do have, an NASM certification or a CPT or a nutritionist type of a certification want to be a Beachbody coach, because this adds a whole new realm of, this adds a whole new realm of options that you can provide to your clients, right? Because if you're already creating workout programs for your clients, then you can still do that, right? You can still continue to create your workout programs, but you're going to have access to 1,400 other workout programs that you can also use. Plus, you're going to have these nutrition programs that you can plug in. So let's say that you're currently a personal trainer and you're just working on the workout side of things. Well, Beachbody is super cool because you could then continue to create your workout plans, but then you can add in the nutrition programs. And so you're able to help people more, help them get faster results, because because you can implement these nutrition programs that are already created for you and that are already backed by nutritionists, etc. You know what I mean? So it saves you time, and we already know that these programs work, right? So you don't have to have certifications, although if you do have a certification, coaching can still work for you. It can work for you either way, right? So I'm almost done, you guys. Another big hesitation I hear is that I don't want to sell. I can't sell things. I don't want to sell things to my friends, to my family, to other people, right? So first and foremost, you guys, I am not a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. Our job as coaches is not to sell anything to anybody. Our job as coaches is to inspire other people and to provide solutions to their problems, right? That's it. So, for me, I don't like I had said in the very beginning, I'm not here to convince anybody to use a product. I'm not here to convince anybody to use a certain workout program, but I am here to help you with the problems that you have. I know that these workouts, that these supplements, and that these nutrition programs changed my life, okay? For me personally, the supplements and the nutrition programs were the game changers in my life. I know that those things changed my life. For one thing, they led me into coaching, which changed the entire trajectory of my entire life. But beyond that, they changed the way that the relationship that I have with food moving forward, okay? So I just think about, right now I'm pregnant and I'm really focused on having, the healthiest pregnancy that I can, because I know how I should be eating, and I know how to listen to my body, and I know how to eat the things that make my body feel good, that are nutritious for me and nutritious for my baby. But I think back, if I was in this situation 5 years ago, I would have no idea about healthy weight gain. I'd have no idea what to eat. I'd have no idea how to appropriately monitor my body weight, and I wouldn't know how to listen to my body about what foods were making me feel good and what foods were making me feel crummy. So the nutrition programs work. The supplements work. The supplements are safe to use while you're pregnant and nursing. They have good ingredients in them, things that are delicious, things that are good for you. So anyway, we're not here to sell things. We're here to inspire people. We're here to help people with solutions. We're here to be problem solvers, and we're not here to sell a product. This isn't I'm going to sell you this miracle shake that's going to help you lose weight and then you're never going to hear from me again. That is not how this works at all. Your work as a coach doesn't end after you sign somebody up. It's not like, oh, I signed you up, I got your money, okay, bye. Once you sign somebody up, you guys, that's just the beginning, right? You now have the opportunity to mentor them and to help them get results. So you then have to make sure that they're aware of the nutrition programs that they have and using them, right? You make sure that they're set up with the most appropriate workout program. You make sure that they know how to mix up their Shakeology so that they like it, so that it tastes good to them, so that the consistency is appropriate. And if they're struggling with that, then you help them with that, right? So it's not just about selling something to somebody and then moving on. It is about mentoring them. It's about helping them change their lives. That's what we do as coaches. It's not about selling something, okay? All right, last one I'm going to talk about, and this one's pretty obvious, but sometimes ladies say, well, I can't coach because I'm pregnant or I'm nursing. So both of the nutrition programs that we have they have like sections about pregnancy and nursing that are specific, that teach you how to utilize those programs even when you're pregnant and nursing. The thing about it, you guys, is pregnancy is, I know that, everybody jokes about eating for two and those kinds of things. Pregnancy actually isn't like that at all. I mean, your first trimester of pregnancy, you don't have to eat any extra calories at all. And then the second and third trimesters, it's 200 to 300 calories a day extra is all you need. So you're not actually eating for two. And to me, eating healthy when you're pregnant is more important than honestly any other time, because you want to feed that baby good nutrients. So to me, it's so special to me to have a program that specifically addresses those kinds of things, so that I know that I am fueling my body appropriately, that I am feeding my baby appropriately, so that he or she can grow. You know what I mean? So anyway, pregnancy is not an excuse. I know that, obviously if you're pregnant, before starting any new workout program, you should obviously talk to your doctor. Generally speaking, if you're an otherwise healthy human, the majority of doctors will encourage exercise. I've been exercising. Well, I don't know, you guys know I do CrossFit. I've still been doing CrossFit pregnant. I've been doing 645 pregnant at home. So, I mean, again, I have a normal, low-risk pregnancy. My doctor encouraged exercise. So, obviously, you want to talk to your doctor before starting anything new, especially when you're pregnant. But even if you can't exercise, you can still coach, because you can still use the products. I've used my Shakeology, my pre and post workout the entire time through pregnancy. Other coaches on my team do as well. Excuse me. Obviously, talk to your doctors, guys. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't do anything without talking to your doctors first. I'm just telling you that this is what I have done, and this is what I've seen success with. When I had my hip surgery several months ago, I couldn't work out at all, period, for 2 weeks. And then it was a good another 2 weeks before I got into any kind of serious kinds of workouts, right? And so I wasn't really working out for a month, but I was still coaching, right? I was still helping people with the programs. I was still focusing on my nutrition. I was still drinking my shake, so I could still talk about those things. I ran a really solid nutrition group during that time frame, which was super fun, super fun. So I could really help women with their nutrition. So really, you guys, I totally can relate to objections, hesitations, concerns, but there's really no reason why you can't do this. I promise there's nothing you can come up with that we can't work through. It's just, is this something that you want to do? Right? Is it something that you truly want? Because for me, coaching is the ultimate accountability. It's the biggest thing that keeps me on my journey, because I have other people that are counting on me. I am more close-knit with the other coaches on my team. We all lock arms. We talk every single day. We're in message threads together. We're working our businesses together. We're asking each other questions so that we can help our people. So it's just the community that you get that comes with being a coach is very different than the community that you get just becoming a challenger, right? Just becoming a client and just doing the stuff and kind of hanging out over here on your own. When you become a coach, you come into this close-knit community, and that ups the ante tenfold on your accountability, okay? All right, you guys, that's all I've got for you. If you guys have any questions, make sure you reach out, and I'll chat with you later.